Hi, you guys. Hi, you guys. Good evening. It is Friday the 13th, and I just wanted to reach out and touch base with you guys. Ignore this beautiful face because I had a chemical skin peel, and it has definitely not reacted well to Kevin's sensitive. I'm a sensitive, I've discovered. So we have like makeup here, lotion here, and it just doesn't translate through go live. So learning lesson. It's kind of funny. I'm a little orange tinted here. Anyway, it still works. Just looking forward to speaking with you all today. It's been a while and wanted to touch base with you all because several of you have been texting me and asking me, emailing me, asking about. Thank you, Cindy. Just asking about what's going on. What am I going to be doing coming up this season? And so I wanted to let you guys know that I have some plans for one or two shows, and I'm thinking about more like two shows. One that's a little more business oriented, like spiritual business oriented. So those of you who are looking to say produce, I don't have had them all available, but like produce an album. How do you produce an album? Maybe we do a 1 hour kind of a chat time where I talk about what was it like for me to actually produce this album. And what about also producing a book? I'm in the process of finishing up a book, and the book is done. I'm just working on new covers, new testimonials, upgrading some things, and that'll be launching very soon. I'll be announcing that. So I'm just waiting for things to click into gear, and you guys will be very pleased. The book is beautiful. I'm very proud of it. I've had a lot of feedback. We've gone back and forth. We have I've edited, I've cut out, I've added more, I've taken out, I've edited, I've grammar checked it, punctuated checked it. I mean, I've read that book to death. I'm tired of my own story. But it's a beautiful story, and it's a story of walking through the valley, which is really a dark night of the soul, and really just learning that I overcame it. If I can overcome this difficult life, you can too. And let me show you how to do that. How do we find your points and potentials and possibilities for your purpose in life? And then also, how can you use those to create, say, for instance, a ministry, like a live stream ministry. Maybe you want to do I saw today a gentleman with an audiobook ministry, which I thought was quite smart. Maybe you want to produce albums. Maybe you want to produce courses, retreats, how-to tutorials, all kinds of things. There's so many things we can do. So I thought about creating something around spiritual business, and then also continue doing my live reading show where I do intuitive readings for you guys. So because of work in my nursing background blended with my spiritual business stuff, I've had to shift my schedule around. I just got approved for a new schedule. So I'll be able to connect with you guys very soon to do some live readings and more shows. So I'm excited. Very excited. Hi, Julie Dow. Good to see you. And Jason Gosk. Oh, Jason, good to see you, buddy. Uh, Jason, you probably signed on after I did my little intro about this whole look right here. This is a learning moment for the audience because I had a beautiful chemical peel done, left it on a little longer than we probably should have at the salon. And so anyway, Kevin's skin, I am a sensitive today. And so makeup doesn't really cover everything, especially with my lidocaine lotion to calm the fires of hell on my face. But anyway, I just wanted to reach out and touch base with you guys because, so many of you reach out with your questions. You reach out with problems. One of my dear friends, her mother was placed into hospice today out in California. And, it's really interesting how so often, and this is a nurse me speaking, so often we have loved ones that go into healthcare facilities, and we have so much faith in the medical practitioners in the healthcare industry that we allow them to kind of go in without us. I know that with the current pandemic situation, there's a lot of restrictions, but a lot of times people will not follow up on a regular basis. And as a nurse, I can tell you, you must follow up on your loved ones. You must follow up, especially on your with your healthcare practitioners, to make sure what is supposedly being done is actually what's being done. Because there's been too many instances in my career where I've noticed what it was promised to the family was not done. and what should have been done for the patient certainly was not done. So you guys are the eyes and ears for your loved ones in the healthcare industry. So always make sure that if you can, spend the night with them, stay with them as much as possible, and be vocal and ask for what you want. If you don't understand something or you don't know who someone is, you have a right, especially as the loved one or the caretaker for your loved one, to speak up and to ask questions. So very important, But let's get back to you guys. I want to hear about Lynx Mug. Good to see you, Miss Lynx Mullen. And then also, you're so right. So much happens. If you are there, they get better care. Absolutely. Let me tell you, that is exactly right, because a presence at the bedside by family and friends actually kind of puts us, people like me, nurses, on edge. And we tend to do a little better job, and we tend to, I do all the time, but we tend to use proper hand washing protocols and alcohol use protocols and whatnot. So that's something that we need to be cognizant of, that we are there at the bedside. They won't let us be there now. So true, Cindy. And that is a challenge. But we have a cell phone, and we can certainly call and bug them to get the answers that we need. So never feel bad that you're calling and bugging them. You bug them all you need. They'll deal with it. So I want to hear, what are you guys working on? And let me just ask you, because I see in one of my windows, there looks like there's a lag in my video stream. You guys tell me, drop a note in the comment section. Are you seeing a lag in my streaming? If so, I just need to tweak some system settings for the next show, but I'd love to know. Let Reverend Kevin know, please. And but I want to know, what are you working on? What are my people popping with lately? Are you working on a book? How are you pivoting? Are you looking for a new job? Are you working on your spiritual potentials? Have you entered into a home development circle for your healing, for your intuitive gifts, for your spirit communication, even for your inspirational speaking or something like that, inspirational writing or painting? I have several friends who are spirit artists. I've been doing a lot of spirit artist conferences lately. And so definitely I'd love to know, what are you working on? And what are you trying to make a difference in your life in the last few weeks, few months, or in the weeks to come? Because we are definitely heading to New Year's resolutions. I know one for me, but I'm not going to do it because I'm not going to the gym with all this COVID situation. That will tell you, gyms, bars, restaurants, and I forgot where else. I don't know if it was churches or malls. Those are the highest incidence of COVID infection rates. So I want you to be careful at the gym, but we all definitely need to get out and go to your cemeteries. As crazy as that sounds, just a few blocks away from me is a gorgeous, huge cemetery. People ride their bikes, they roller skate, they rollerblade, they walk their dogs, they jog. That's where I go, and I go walk and run with the dead. How funny is that? All right, looking for a job. I see links. You're saying looking for a job, trying to train to be a contact tracer. Oh, that's fantastic. How interesting, Links. I love that. So that I can help fight this thing and help. Church, especially. Yes, definitely. Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me, church, because we're all a bunch of huggers. I know at my church, everybody who comes in my doors, you're going to get a hug from me if I'm at the door. Cindy Barbarino says she's doing book writing of a major gift, discussing how connections can be made stronger. That is important. Let me give you a little tidbit from Spirit, Cindy. Spirit told me last year, and actually this needs to go on my next book. Quite seriously, I've got to get the next book started. But it is this. People need to stop relying on intuitives and mediums and seers and oracles for their answers. They need to start doing it themselves, right? So that is the next wave of teaching that needs to come to the public. They need to learn how to divine their own answers with tarot cards, angel cards, oracle cards, using the pendulums, using dowsing rods, throwing the bones, as they say, or the dice of runes, right? Also, things like just sitting in meditation and asking spirit or the angels or your spirit guides, even loved ones, to come and bring you an answer to a situation you're dealing with. So teaching the public how to divine their own answers. That's going to be a hot book in the very near future. So hopefully that helps you. Hi, Karen Truon. Good to see you. I just was popping on a Friday night to check in with all the people to see what's popping. So, Karen Truon, what are you working on in your life that is helping you pivot? What is helping you take your spiritual business to the next level, or even just take your own heart and soul to the next level? What are you working on? Let's see. Lori Kimmel, she says, I sit in a small trance mediumship group. Props to you, Lori. I don't give messages, just there to support the medium. Lori, let me tell you something. You are a golden nugget. You're a diamond that I would give anything for. There are so many people in this world that would never sit in a circle, in a development group for a medium who's trying to develop their own gift of mediumship or to develop the gift of trance, because so many people are so selfish and so, that's it, selfish and egotistical. They would never give of their time or their energy or their love for spirit towards another person's advancement. They would want to be the one in the seat developing. There are very few people like you, and you need to be celebrated. And I'm celebrating you right now publicly, Lori Kimmel. I'm going to keep saying your name because you are a rarity in the world, and we appreciate you. I, as a minister and as a medium, I appreciate the work that you do for your group. And please know that when you sit in those groups, you will develop your intuitive gifts, your gifts of healing, your gifts of inspiration, your gifts of mediumship, whatever you're working on. Even if you're not, those gifts will begin to unfold with you, and your dream state will change. The direct download from spirit will begin to happen a little bit more, slowly but steadily. The more you give, honey, the more you get. So you will get your blessings for the work that you're doing for that group, and I hope they celebrate you because you need to be celebrated. Thank you, Miss Lori. All right, Lynx, she is saying, oh, I love that. So the job is to teach us to hear what they are telling us. Absolutely. That is the new vibration that Spirit's been telling me actually for a good year. And I told them, what do I write a book on? And they told me that it needs to be, basically, I need to remind people how to unfold their potentials themselves, right? And but I had to start my book with, I got to take you through the valley of life, the difficult, dark valley that I've come from and walked through, because I want to show you that if this kid from Texas, a little pig and cow and chicken farm in Central Texas, if I can walk through hell and my life can be beautiful and I can do all these things that I'm doing for other people and making a difference, anybody can. You just gotta want to serve. So really, that's so important. World Kindness Day. I keep talking, Karen, about we need a kindness revolution in this world, especially in South Florida with all the bad drivers and the nasty attitudes down here, don't we, Karen? Miami, I hate to say it, Karen, Miami was voted, I think it was the #1 rudest city in America. And guess what the taxi driver said to me the first day I moved here and got off the airplane? He goes, "Why are you here?" And I said, "Oh, today's my first day. I'm a Floridian now. I just moved here." And he goes, "Well, son, let me tell you, you better get back on that plane and leave because I'm leaving this state. These people are rude." So we need a kindness revolution, Miss Karen. Jason Goss, I saw that you said you are here to launch your book Monday, November 16th. You guys, if Jason's still on, Jason and Brisa, they are incredible, heartfelt, soul-centered life coaches. They are devoted to developing truly the spirit of you, the potential of you, and in whatever capacity you need. This is a husband-wife team that has literally gone through quite so many challenges, health and life challenges, and they're beginning to tell their story. They will be launching their book on November 16th at 10 a.m. And you can go to Jason Goss's timeline and see that. You can see his comment there in the section. Click his name, find his profile. And I want you guys, and Jason, if you're still listening, drop the URL where your book will be. You guys, and people don't know, but you're Pacific Standard Time, Jason. So that's going to be for us Easterners. That's going to be on the eastern coast of the United States, 1 p.m. And Jason and Brisa, if I'm not mistaken, are going to be giving away the book for free, a direct download from Amazon. That's free before it goes to print. So that is their blessing to the world, because these folks are all about the law of reciprocity. Giving, you got to give to receive, and they definitely are givers. So I just celebrate them. I will be sneaking off to get a break on Monday at the hospital so I can download this book to help you guys achieve bestseller status, because I know you guys are going to do great. As I check in with our comments here, I want to see, Jason, yes, you're still here. Good. Drop your link, buddy. Make sure everybody knows about that. And I also want to say, let's see, who else is here? We have Tracy. Good to see you. I haven't seen your name in a while. Miss Tracy Arnold Robes. Your energy and positivity is what I needed to see tonight. Well, I appreciate you. You know, I told the gang earlier, my tribe, I said, don't, especially for the newbies, don't judge me by the way I look tonight. Thank you so much, Jason, for putting that there. You know, it's funny because I was joking earlier how I'm a sensitive today, literally. I had a chemical peel for the first time. The young lady, I guess, assumed I'm used to it, and I guess she assumed a man's face is a little tougher. But this pretty face is sensitive, especially to shaving. So I kind of have, let's just say like rash, what do they call that? Carpet burn or razor burn or something, but it's a chemical burn. So I have a lot of lotion and a lot of powder for the camera today. So I'll be looking a little bit better for you guys soon. All right, so I wanted to check in with you all. Tracy, and Patty, good to see you, Miss Patty. Good to see your name again. Alyssa, good to see you, my dear. You guys, I want to know, what are you people popping with in your life? What are you doing to bring about some positivity? What are you doing in your life to pivot? That's a new word for 2020. And also, Jason, make sure you let them know, is that Pacific Standard Time or is that, what is that? Hi, Miss Debbie Duncan, California Girls of PsychicFixes.com. We love our Debbie Duncan. But I want to find out what you guys are working on in your business, in your personal life to develop yourself. You know, we do have the new year coming up, and I want you to start thinking, this is a month of Thanksgiving, right? We've got about, I don't know, 13 days. Is that right? 13 days-ish to Thanksgiving. And I also celebrate the fact that Thanksgiving, we need to look at it as Native American Day, if that's the correct word. I can't remember the correct way of saying it, but it's a way of celebrating the indigenous, that's the word, Indigenous Peoples Day. You know, so often we're going to see around Thanksgiving time some harsh, honest truth about what Thanksgiving Day originally was. And I like how people have taken this now to speak about the Indigenous Peoples Day. So often we forget about the Native Americans and on the reservations. I've got a reservation barely 30 minutes from my window. The Seminole tribe, the Miccosukee tribe, amazing people. They are still in our public media and in our public print media, the newspaper, even spoken down to by local journalists, which I think is quite disgusting. Inappropriate terminology is used in the articles, which I'm surprised they get away with. We need to be celebrating Indigenous Peoples Day in this month, but also being thankful for what we have in our life, right? Being thankful for the gifts that we have within us that we can use to serve people. Even if you've only just discovered them, what can I do with that? Maybe, let's say for instance, maybe I've just discovered theta healing, like Miss Karen Truon. I know that Karen here in the chat room, she is an incredible theta healer, a big healer in so many different levels, certified in so many different techniques. She's a teacher, a speaker. She puts on workshops and retreats, does private sessions extensively here in South Florida. But for instance, say you discovered Reiki healing. Well, Reiki can be sent at a distance. You can use it as a form of prayer. So begin to use that in a very positive way to send healing, say, to the First Nation people, the indigenous people of your area. Send it to the people in the hospitals on the ventilators with COVID or with flu or other diseases. Send it to the homeless people that you drive by on the street corner. So we can do all kinds of things. We just have to be willing to take a moment and find out what inspires me today. Am I seeing angel numbers like crazy today? 111, 222. Let me look them up. Let me share it on my timelines. Let me share it with my people. Let me do a little educational segment. Let me create a spiritual post to put on Instagram or Pinterest or LinkedIn or YouTube even, wherever you want to put it. And just share a little bit of positivity. I noticed, Karen Truon, you said earlier you wanted to work on World Kindness Day. And I think that's pretty amazing because for years, I've been speaking about we need a kindness revolution in this world. I have no problem opening doors for men or women That's an act of kindness. I love random acts of kindness. As corny as it sounds, and I don't do it too much because I don't go through fast food restaurants very often. But what about paying for the person behind you, right, in a drive-through, and to stall a little bit longer, just to see their face when they figure out somebody has paid for their lunch, because people who go through fast food restaurant chain windows and in the drive-through, they don't have a lot of money. They're pinching pennies and they're eating real crappy food, quite honestly. So do something fun like that. Go get yourself a Coke or well, not that I'm promoting toxic sugar Coke, but I don't even drink that mess. But go get yourself an iced tea, right? And put a lemon in it. How about that? And then go bless somebody behind you. If you see a cop or a military person, run up to the cashier and pay for that person's whatever they're getting, right? A random act of kindness. How about that? Alyssa Blasberg, you show up on my news feed, so I tuned in. I'm connected to other mediums. I see who follow you. Where are you in South Florida? Do you host events? I'll check out your page after this. Wow. Great questions. I know probably everybody that's connected to me, I know in various ways. I've run, for the last 13 years, I'm known as the Metaphysical Chapel of South Florida's senior minister. I'm a certified medium here in Fort Lauderdale. And I was installed in 2013 as the pastor of our church. We put on many, many events, probably 140 events per year easily in our church. And we hosted mediums from all over the world, across the United States, across Florida, mediums that are physical mediums, mental mediums, trance mediums, precipitation mediums. These are mediums who produce spirit images and writings out of the ethers, no human hands involved. That's one of my passions that I research about. Mauricio Cisnero Filho, good to see you, buddy. Great to see you. And we host individuals like the gentleman I just called out, a local amazing president of a local spiritist center. We bring in different ministers and speakers and leaders of different religious organizations that are in alignment with our teachings. And Mauricio Filho's center, just up north in the Boca del Rey area, which is a spiritist center, which has its roots in Brazil with the Allan Kardec followers. So check them out. And anyway, we host a lot of people. We do a lot of things. This fall, I've cut back on my events because our church, unfortunately, we've had to close it permanently because of COVID situations, and it will not reopen. It did not last, unfortunately. Hi, Christine Baker. Good to see you. And so basically, I'm beginning to do a lot of work online, and I am behind the scenes working on rebuilding, rebranding, pivoting, and creating a new me. So I'm very excited to show you guys what I'm coming up with very soon. Probably in 3 or 4 weeks, you'll see a big book launch coming about, and you will get to see my cover, my gorgeous cover. You're going to get to read my book. I'm going to be giving my book away for free one day. It's going to be a free giveaway, and that's my give to the world, right? You got to give in order to get. The law of reciprocity, giving and receiving. Christine Baker, what are you working on? Alyssa, what are you working on? Debbie, what are you working on? Mauricio, what are you guys working on in your life, in your business, in your spiritual life to pivot or to bring a little more positivity in the world? What are you working on to take your life to the next level, right? 2021 is coming just in about a month and a half. We've got this month, which is all about Thanksgiving, finding ways to be grateful for what's in our life, the potentials we hold and carry, even learning to be, as I write in my book, the upcoming book, learning to be grateful for the challenges and the difficulties and the hell that you walk through, because without those, you wouldn't be the person you are today. They made you who you are. So definitely, I want you guys to start thinking about what you can be grateful for and how can we use that to bless other people. Christmas is coming. Do you want to bless homeless people? Do you want to bless foster children? Do you want to bless children who have lost their parents? Do you want to bless horse farms that have horse equine therapy? Here in South Florida, we have dolphin therapy. How crazy is that? But it's so amazing. I have a good friend who's a dolphin therapist, and they take autistic children who have not spoken in years, and the parents are scared to death to let the kids out of their sight and out of their control, and they walk into the water with the therapist. The parents are on the shore, the therapist has the child, and the child walks into the water about waist deep, and the dolphins come forward, and the dolphins sing and do the little chirp, 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 and whistle, 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 and the child vocalizes and speaks when they have not spoken in years. And the parents are shocked because the child didn't freak out, and the child didn't have a meltdown, and the child is focused on the moment, which is so rare. So crazy things like that. What can we do to bless other organizations, or to just even bless the people that support us, like you guys are watching my feed today? Is there a way that I can bless you guys, right? With discounts or free offerings, things like that. Create something to just kind of, pick up your spirits, or to give you a free meditation or something like that. A free healing, a night of spirit, I don't know, things like that. So think about that. And the New Year's coming also in January. And so we have to think about, what do we want to do for a New Year's resolution? But why not start today? Start making a bulleted list of things that you want to work on, things that you could begin to consider, research, see what the potential is for it, and start a little earlier. Put your toes in the water, as they say. Give me the 6 winning numbers. Honey, if I could pull those, you and I both would be celebrating on a yacht with some champagne. Cindy, that is not how it works, unfortunately. Oddly enough, Spirit will not allow me to affect my karmic future or your karmic future by giving lotto numbers, because what does that do? It changes you monetarily, right? Financially. And if Spirit were to allow you to have your life journey changed in such a profound way that you had a massive influx of the energy we call money, it would change your life and the trajectory, wouldn't it? You would quit your job. You would probably potentially lose motivation to do certain things that would be much more, I can't think of the word. You would do things that were more self-serving and less things that are selfless, typically. And that's why they're very careful about that. So that's why I can't get numbers. But it's okay. I hear you, Miss Cindy. I would like to see your Sunday service come back to this page. Oh, I hear you, Miss Christine. I hear you. You know what's interesting? I did that for 4 months, and we did not have that good of a turnout, much less we had very little donations. And I realized people weren't interested in supporting me or the ministry through donations. And I decided if I'm going to give, and there's not going to be a receiving, then people really weren't respecting the process, because it takes a lot of what do you call it? Not practice. It takes a lot of prep work to prepare a Sunday sermon. It's not an easy thing. And that's several hours of my week. And because my weeks are getting much busier, I have to be very strategic with what I do. So I hear you, my dear. Elissa is saying, I feel your energy, 6 winning lotto numbers. And then I also see Alyssa is saying, are you hosting events in the future virtually due to COVID? Yes, I have been. I've hosted several events. I'm currently offering Precipitation Mediumship Development Circles on Sunday mornings, 10 a.m. Florida time, Eastern time, and 9 p.m. on Thursday evenings, Eastern time. And that's so I can capture the Africa market, the Switzerland market, and also the New Zealand market and the Philippines or Australia. So I've got kind of a big following with those, and those are some of the circles that I do. And are there any classes? I've actually hosted several presentations over the last few months, but now that we're moving into the holiday season, I have really cut back so that I can prepare for some business development and workshop planning and radio show planning over the next couple of months, because it's going to get quite busy with the party. So I thought I'd focus on that more and less on teaching. Okay, but definitely keep your eye on my page. Glory said, there's an old, beautiful lady smiling with her hand on your shoulder, making you company behind you. She wants to let you know. Thank you, Gloria. You know, it wouldn't surprise me, because there are a couple of really important older ladies who have made a tremendous difference in my life, and I thank you for that. I really do thank you. That means a lot to me. Quick question, you guys. I'm still noticing a little bit of, what do they call that, glitchiness in my video on one of my streams. Would you guys just tell me Yes, I see a choppy video, or no, it looks good for me, or no, it sounds good for me, whatever. Just let me know in the chat room so I can see how the stream is handling the volume of data that's coming through. Sometimes you got to tweak the numbers a little bit. So if you can help me on that, I'd really appreciate that. Let's see, what else? I wanted to find out, Paula and Gloria, anybody really, I would love to hear, where are you hailing from? Let us know. If you can drop an emoji of the flag of your country and put the country, because most of us are clueless what country flags look like, but they are cute. A bit choppy here, but thank you. Okay. That tells me I got to go up on what they call the bit rate. See, I teach that in my class. Okay, so, and actually I will say this. I think, you guys, if I am not mistaken, let me look. On the home, oh, that's right. It's on the home page of my website. Let me drop that there for you all. On the home page of my website, which is right here, revkevinlee.com, you will see a banner that pops in. Okay, there it is. You're going to see a banner that pops up, and you're going to put your name and email address in, and that will send you a free PDF, which is a great document. It's all my favorite software and equipment. That most of it's what I use. Some of it's what I used to use, but now I've spent more money and bought more expensive stuff. And but these are how to go live, how to do streaming like what I'm doing. These are some great easy resources, you guys. Some of them are free or really cheap, and I really recommend them. So go to my page, sign up, get them, and enjoy that. For those of you interested in what is this precipitation mediumship that I keep talking about, well, I'm going to drop a link in the chat room, and it's called Precipitation Mediumship. Here we go. There it is. Go check that out. There's a whole page on what exactly is precipitation mediumship, and basically it's spirit art, but no human hands have touched it. Spirit produces all of the writings and the images. And I've actually created a Facebook group page. We have a little over 100 students that have joined and who come and attend my classes every week. Over the last 6 months, we've had, gosh, over 100 students in my classes. And there it is, Facebook page. And you can be a part of that and see some of my students precipitating. They have precipitated colors and streaks and smudges and dots of color on their little spirit cards, little white cards. And it's truly amazing to see my students develop. So I want you guys to check that out. And now I also have a few other channels. Many of you don't know my other channels, so I'm just going to plop that in, and that's the last bit of marketing I'll do this evening. Yeah, there they go. They came through fine. So you all probably know that I am a spiritual business coach. I do love to teach people how to build a little spiritual business. How do you build a Reiki healing business? How do you build a, say for instance, a church? Do you want to start a church? It's actually quite easy. It's not very difficult. Do you want to create a non-church, but it's a spiritual type gathering, a center? Paula, you're asking, am I a Rosicrucian? I was at one point. Funny you say that. I'm actually a divine metaphysician, right? Which means I just see God within everything and everyone. God is the universe in expression. And but I'm also a spiritualist, right? So I'm a member of Camp Chesterfield as an American spiritualist. And that means basically the same difference, which is there's the concept that God is within everyone and everything, and also that the essence of Kevin, my personality, continues living into the higher realm when my body temple dies. So we teach the principle that there is no death. Because there's no death, you all, the mediums that you are, and or the students that you're developing, they could contact me in the spirit world and I them. So we teach in spiritualism and metaphysics, we teach our students and our followers and attendees how to make contact with spirit personalities. I just spoke about it this way, and I call them non-local consciousness. I presented that to a 3-campus medical staff for Nova University this last week when I spoke about life after life and the science of after-death communication. So we had a fun time. We had such a fun time. I love that. So am I. Umbanda, Paula, marvelous Umbanda. Did I meet you, Paula, in Miami by chance? Because I was very blessed to get to go to an Umbanda ceremony with a lovely lady, and I can't remember her name. She got permission. We dressed up in white. We went somewhere into a warehouse district, and I got to see something amazing. A beautiful family of Umbanda practitioners, priestesses who went into an altered state. They spun around. They smoked cigars. They drank whiskey. They communed with spirit, and spirit embodied with them and spoke through them to us and brought beautiful messages. That was pretty amazing. So I love getting to immerse myself in other religious, mystical traditions. So thank you so much, Paula, for mentioning you are part of Umbanda. And for those people who don't know what that is, maybe you have a temple or a church. I don't know the proper name for your center, but do you have a website people can go look up Umbanda to learn a little more about that, or if they want to partake in your practices and check it out? Because I know a lot of my people in my community love spirit communication and altered states and intuitive teaching, so they probably would find your center quite fascinating. No way, Paula, how interesting. I literally, NSU, well, I literally just did a presentation on Tuesday for the Integrative Medicine Department of the College of Osteopathic something. Go look at my timeline. You'll see where I did it. And wow, what a small world. DOD, you met the Garcia family. You know, I might have. I can't remember exactly, but there was a lovely young lady, and she was from South America, and she came to my church. Marvelous young lady. She had so much potential. And I told her, I said, young lady, you are a medium. And young lady, you need to be doing trance. Spirit needs to speak through you. And she goes, oh my God, that's amazing, because that's what I would love to do, but I have to go through the steps and I have to be very slow and methodical. In Umbanda, you must be kind of invited and guided up the chain of command. So that young lady was interesting. So anyway, I hit the nail on the head that she should be a priestess one day, and she was actually on her way to do that. So you missed that talk. I will see, Paula, if you'll contact me through my Facebook channel, get in touch with me, drop me a message. I'll see if I can get you a link to the presentation. I'm still waiting on it. And the lady who hosted me was Dr. Janet Roseman, Roseman, of Integrative Medicine Department. Okay? So I was quite honored to be able to present something of a metaphysical nature to your university. Yeah, just reach out anytime, Miss Paula. I'd love to chat with you. Anybody, Alyssa, she says, my connection keeps freezing, so I'll tune in later. No problem. It could be me, Alyssa, so sorry about that. I have saved your information. I'll be following and getting in touch. Love your energy and spirit. Happy World Kindness Day. Thank you. Love that. And thank you for what you do. You're welcome. Absolutely. Let's see. All right, my dear. So I just wanted to kind of just jump on and say a quick hello. I've got one more call I got to do. So I'm going to sign out, but I want to say much love and much light to you guys. Thank you so much for stopping in, checking in, letting me know what you're up to. I want you guys to go and check out my channels. Help me get to 500 subscribers on YouTube. I've just surpassed 1,000 on Instagram. Thank you so much. I am over the moon, and I am doing really well with followers on YouTube. On Facebook. I think I've just surpassed over 4,000 likes and followers on my timeline on Facebook. So very grateful for you guys. Stay in touch and follow my channels, share my channels anytime you can. And I appreciate you so much. Much love and light. And we'll see you soon. Bye-bye.